My name is Lin Chen. I was just an ordinary third-year computer science student at Tianhai University. I spent my days quietly coding in the library or the dorm room, barely noticed by anyone. I wasn't rich, I wasn't particularly handsome, and I definitely wasn't popular. My only real friends were my two roommates, Zhang Wei, the loud, energetic jokester who always dragged me into crazy situations, and Li Hao, the quiet, serious gamer who rarely spoke but was incredibly talented with computers. Life was simple, predictable, and honestly a little boring. Until that one fateful night. After our computer science department won the National Programming Championship, the entire team decided to throw a massive celebration party at the Grand Tianhai Hotel. The mood was electric. Music blasted, laughter filled the air, and everyone was drinking heavily. Zhang Wei, already tipsy, kept pushing glasses into my hand. "Come on, Chen. Today we celebrate like kings. Don't be a killjoy," he shouted over the music. I rarely drink, but the excitement of the win got to me. One drink turned into two, then three, then a whole drinking game. My head started spinning. The last thing I remembered was Zhang Wei laughing and slapping my back. When I woke up the next morning, my head felt like it was splitting open. The room was luxurious beyond anything I had ever seen, silk sheets, floor-to-ceiling windows showing the city skyline, and a faint, elegant perfume in the air. And beside me was Su Qingwan, the undisputed campus goddess of Tianhai University, known to everyone as the untouchable snow lotus. She had long, silky raven-black hair, flawless cold features, porcelain skin that seemed to glow, and a pair of sharp, beautiful eyes that could freeze any boy in place with a single glance. She was elegant, distant, and completely unreachable. Countless guys had confessed to her, only to be rejected with icy indifference. Yet here she was, sleeping peacefully next to me, completely naked under the thin blanket, her beautiful face still carrying a faint blush from the night before. My heart nearly stopped. Memories from last night slowly flooded back in fragments, her flushed cheeks, soft gasps, the way her cold facade had completely shattered as I took her virginity. I sat up in panic, my mind racing with 1,000 thoughts. Before I could even process what had happened, Su Qingwan stirred. Her long lashes fluttered open. The moment her beautiful eyes met mine, her face turned deathly pale. There was no scream, no anger, no tears. She simply sat up, wrapped the blanket tightly around her body, and said in a voice colder than winter wind, "Get out. Pretend nothing happened." Then she walked into the bathroom without looking back, leaving me alone in the huge bed, stunned and speechless. For the next 2 weeks, she treated me like I didn't exist. She walked past me in the corridors without a single glance. In class, she sat as far away as possible. When I tried to approach her to talk, she turned away with that familiar icy expression. My roommates noticed something was wrong. Zhang Wei kept asking curiously, "Bro, did you offend the goddess? She looks at you like you're invisible." Li Hao just gave me a knowing look but stayed silent. I could only smile bitterly and keep everything to myself. Until one rainy afternoon. I saw her walking out of the university hospital, clutching a white ultrasound report tightly in her hands. Her usual proud and straight posture looked slightly fragile under the gray sky. I followed her quietly until we reached a quiet, secluded corner behind the old library building. "Su Qingwan," I called out, my voice trembling. "That child, is it mine?" She stopped. When she slowly turned around, her cold eyes were red-rimmed, and tears she was desperately trying to hold back were glistening at the corners. "Yes," she whispered, her voice barely audible. "It's yours. But you don't need to worry. I'll handle it myself." Before she could walk away, I gently but firmly grabbed her wrist. "No," I said, looking straight into her eyes. "I want to take responsibility." She let out a bitter, self-mocking laugh. "Responsibility? We're still students. You have nothing. How will you take care of me and the baby?" At that exact moment, a cold, mechanical voice suddenly rang clearly in my mind. Ding! Supreme Spoiling Husband System has successfully bound to the host. Main mission: become the ultimate doting husband. Spoil your wife and protect your children with all your power. First activation reward: 500,000 renminbi plus complete pregnancy and parenting knowledge pack plus beginner body strengthening. My phone vibrated instantly. A bank notification popped up showing plus 500,000 RMB credited to my account. At the same time, an overwhelming flood of knowledge about prenatal care, nutrition, fetal development, emotional support for pregnant women, and early childhood education poured into my brain. My body felt stronger, lighter, and filled with energy I had never experienced before. Su Qingwan saw me standing there silently and thought I was hesitating or regretting my words. Her voice turned even colder, hiding the pain behind it. If you don't want it, just say so. I won't force you. I looked at her pale but still breathtakingly beautiful face and said without any hesitation, Qingwan, marry me. From today onward, I will take care of you and the baby. You don't have to be strong alone anymore. I will spoil you, protect you, and give you and our child the best life possible. She was completely stunned. For the first time since I had known her, tears finally rolled down her cold cheeks. That single moment marked the beginning of my entire transformation. The system began rewarding me generously every time I genuinely spoiled and cared for her. When I accompanied her to the first prenatal checkup, held her hand the entire time, never letting go even when she felt nervous and vulnerable in the unfamiliar hospital environment, the system rang warmly. Reward: limited edition white Rolls-Royce Phantom plus 1 million renminbi in cash. When I personally learned to cook nutritious meals for her every single day, waking up early to prepare fresh, perfectly balanced breakfasts, lunches, and dinners using my new god-level cooking skills, another notification came. Reward: 300 SQM Sky Villa in the most expensive district of Tianhai City plus full set of luxury furniture and home automation system. When her arrogant ex-suitor, the rich second-generation heir Zhao Ming, tried to harass her in public, insulted her pregnancy, and even attempted to force her to abort the child, I stepped in front of her without hesitation and protected her. The system rewarded me with full ownership of a high-end maternity clothing brand plus 5 million renminbi. Every night when she had severe leg cramps at 3 a.m., I would wake up instantly, gently massage her swollen legs for hours with warm oil, whisper comforting words, and feed her warm milk with honey and nutrients. The system kept giving more: a private hospital VIP membership for life, a perfect health halo for both mother and babies, shares in major tech companies, and even a personal driver and assistant team. My roommates became deeply involved in our journey. Zhang Wei helped me keep the pregnancy secret at first and later became my biggest hype man, always saying, "Bro, you're living every guy's dream. Teach me your ways." Li Hao helped me with coding projects that the system later turned into a successful tech startup. Su Qingwan's best friend, Xiao Ran, a cheerful and outgoing art student, initially distrusted me completely and gave me the cold shoulder, but gradually became our biggest cheerleader after seeing how patiently and lovingly I treated her friend. She even helped me pick out thoughtful gifts for Qingwan and gave me advice on how to make her feel more comfortable. Su Qingwan slowly melted day by day. The once icy and untouchable goddess started calling me hubby in a soft, shy voice that made my heart flutter every time. She would blush deeply when I kissed her forehead or hugged her from behind. During thunderstorms, she would cling to me tightly like a frightened kitten, revealing her hidden fears that no one else in the world knew about. When her strict and powerful father, the businessman Su Tianhao, finally found out she was pregnant before marriage, he was furious and wanted to break my legs on the spot. But after I showed him the house deeds, car keys, company documents, and how gently and responsibly I had been treating his daughter every single day, even he had to admit reluctantly, this kid is actually capable of taking care of my daughter. Our wedding was held when Su Qingwan was 7 months pregnant. The venue was the most luxurious private estate on the outskirts of Tianhai City, a grand European-style castle surrounded by vast blooming rose gardens and overlooking a serene private lake. The system had rewarded me with full ownership of the entire estate as a special perfect wedding package. A long red carpet stretched for nearly a kilometer from the entrance gate all the way to the main hall. 10 luxury helicopters circled gracefully in the sky, gently scattering fresh white and soft pink rose petals that floated down like beautiful snow. The entire path was lined with sparkling crystal chandeliers and thousands of blooming flowers in full, vibrant color. My roommates Zhang Wei and Li Hao served as groomsmen. Zhang Wei couldn't stop grinning like an idiot and kept whispering excitedly, "Bro, you really went from zero to God in 1 year. I'm so jealous I could cry." Li Hao, usually quiet, was busy filming everything on his phone, muttering, "This is going straight to the group chat. No one is going to believe this actually happened." Su Qingwan's best friend Xiao Ran was the maid of honor. She helped Qingwan get ready and kept teasing her with teary eyes, "Our ice queen is finally melting completely today. I'm so happy for you, Wanwan. You deserve all this happiness." Qingwan's father, Su Tianhao, personally walked his daughter down the aisle. He had been strongly against the marriage at first, but after seeing everything I had done for his daughter, the Sky Villa, the Rolls-Royce, my growing company, and most importantly, how tenderly I treated her every single day, he finally gave his blessing with a heavy but accepting sigh. The wedding march played live by a world-class symphony orchestra. The moment the grand doors opened, the entire hall stood up in awe and admiration. Su Qingwan appeared. She wore a custom-designed white wedding dress that perfectly accommodated her 7-month pregnant belly. The dress was elegant and flowing, embroidered with delicate silver threads and tiny diamonds that sparkled under the lights like stars. Her long black hair was styled in soft, graceful waves, adorned with a diamond tiara that caught every ray of light. The priceless Heart of the Ocean necklace rested gracefully on her collarbone, matching the ocean attraction earrings that shimmered with deep blue brilliance. Even with her round belly, she looked more radiant, more sacred, and more beautiful than any bride in the world. The gentle motherly glow added a soft holiness to her usual cold elegance, making her appear like a goddess descending from heaven. She walked slowly and gracefully down the long red carpet, one hand resting protectively on her belly, the other holding her father's arm. Her eyes, usually icy and distant, were now soft, warm, and slightly teary as they locked onto me standing at the altar. I stood there in a perfectly tailored black tuxedo, my heart beating so fast I could barely breathe. Zhang Wei patted my shoulder and whispered with a big grin, "Don't cry, bro. You're the groom today. Make it count." When she finally reached me, her father placed her hand in mine and said in a low, serious voice, "Take good care of my daughter. If you ever make her suffer even a little, I will not forgive you." I nodded with full sincerity and looked him straight in the eyes. "I swear on my life. She and our children will be my everything from now on." The priest began the ceremony under a gentle shower of falling rose petals that drifted down from the helicopters above like a dream. We exchanged vows in front of all our friends, family, and the beautiful sunset. I held her hands gently, looking deep into her eyes with all the love in my heart. "Qingwan, from the moment I woke up beside you that morning, my entire life changed forever. I was just an ordinary guy with nothing special, but you gave me the greatest gifts, our children and the chance to love you. I promise to spoil you every single day for the rest of our lives. I promise to protect you and our babies with everything I have. I promise to make sure you never feel cold, lonely, or unloved again. All my love, all my wealth, all my time, and all my future belong only to you and our family." Tears slipped down Su Qingwan's cheeks. Her voice was soft but steady, filled with deep emotion as she replied. "Lin Chen. I was always alone, always cold, always keeping everyone at a distance. But you broke through my walls without any fear. You didn't run away when things became difficult. You stayed and gave me a home, warmth, and a love I never thought I deserved. Thank you for spoiling me like a princess every single day. Thank you for making me a mother. I love you with all my heart." We exchanged rings, simple but extremely valuable platinum bands embedded with rare blue diamonds that symbolized our eternal bond. Then came the kiss. I gently lifted her veil, cupped her beautiful face with both hands, and kissed her softly, full of tenderness, deep love, and all the promises I had just made. The guests erupted in warm, thunderous applause. Rose petals continued to rain down from the helicopters like a beautiful dream. Xiao Ran was crying happily while clapping, Zhang Wei whistled loudly with excitement, and even Su Tianhao had a rare, proud smile on his face. After the ceremony, we held a grand banquet in the castle's main hall. The system rewarded me once again with a warm notification. Congratulations on completing the perfect wedding. Reward, private island in the South Sea plus 50 million renminbi plus lifetime Michelin star chef team on standby. That night, after all the guests had finally left and the estate grew quiet and peaceful, I carefully carried Su Qingwan, being extra gentle because of her belly, to the master bedroom. The room was filled with soft candlelight and fresh flowers everywhere. She leaned against my chest, her hand resting gently on her belly, and whispered shyly, "Hubby, our babies kicked a lot during the ceremony. They seem happy too." I smiled warmly and kissed her forehead, then placed my hand on her belly, feeling the gentle movements inside. "I love you, Qingwan. Both of you, and the two little ones inside. Thank you for trusting me that day and for giving me this beautiful life." She looked up at me, her cold goddess mask completely gone, replaced by the softest, most loving smile I had ever seen on her face. "Lin Chen. I'm so glad it was you that night." The birth scene, deeply emotional and extended. 9 months had passed since that drunken night that changed everything. Su Qingwan was now in the final week of pregnancy. Her belly was large and round, carrying our dragon and phoenix twins. She had become much softer with me, often resting her head on my chest at night, whispering how safe and loved she felt. The once cold goddess now blushed easily when I called her wife and clung to me during every thunderstorm. That particular night, a heavy storm raged outside. Thunder cracked loudly, lightning flashing across the dark sky. Su Qingwan had always been secretly afraid of thunder, but now, heavily pregnant, her fear was magnified tenfold. I was gently massaging her swollen feet with warm oil when she suddenly gasped sharply, her hand gripping my arm tightly. "Hubby, it hurts, my stomach really hurts." Her face went pale. A small trickle of water ran down her legs, her water had broken. My heart jumped into my throat. The future lover's tech watch on my wrist immediately lit up with a bright red emergency warning. Detected strong uterine contractions. Water broken. Labor confirmed. Recommend immediate hospital transfer. I forced myself to stay calm for her sake, though my hands were shaking. "Don't be afraid, Qingwan. I'm right here. Breathe with me, okay? Just like we practiced." I quickly called the private hospital we had prepared months in advance. Within minutes, the Rolls-Royce was ready outside. I wrapped her carefully in a warm blanket, carried her in my arms down to the car, and drove through the pouring rain at high speed. One hand stayed on the wheel, the other held hers tightly the entire way. "Hubby. I'm scared," she whispered through tears, her voice trembling. "What if something happens to the babies? What if I can't do this?" "Nothing will happen," I said firmly, bringing her hand to my lips and kissing it. "You and our children are my whole world. I won't let anything go wrong. You've been so strong for 9 months. Just a little more. I'm right here with you." At the hospital, the best medical team was already waiting. They rushed her into the delivery room. I changed into sterile clothes as fast as I could and stayed by her side the entire time, never letting go of her hand. The labor was long, intense, and incredibly painful. Su Qingwan gripped my hand so tightly her nails dug into my skin. Sweat covered her forehead and soaked her hair. Every contraction made her cry out softly, her voice growing hoarser with each hour. "Hubby, it hurts so much. I can't." I wiped her sweat with a cool towel, kissed her forehead repeatedly, and whispered words of love and encouragement without stopping. "You're the strongest person I know, Qingwan. You've been carrying our babies so bravely all this time. I'm so proud of you. Just breathe with me. I'm right here. I love you more than anything in this world." Hours passed. The storm outside grew fiercer, thunder roaring as if the sky itself was witnessing this sacred moment. At one point, her blood pressure dropped slightly. The doctors looked concerned and moved faster. My heart clenched with a fear I had never felt before in my life. Qingwan, stay with me. Look at me. Remember the first time you called me hubby? Remember how you clung to me during that thunderstorm months ago? We're going to raise our babies together. You can't leave me now. I need you. Our children need you. Tears streamed down her face. I won't. I want to see them. I want to hold them with you. The system, which had been mostly silent lately, suddenly activated one final time with a warm, protective energy. Detected extremely strong protective will of the host. Activating ultimate protection halo. Consuming all remaining points. Safe delivery for mother and children guaranteed. A gentle, warm energy seemed to fill the room. Su Qingwan's breathing steadied slightly, giving her the strength to continue. Finally, after what felt like an eternity of pain and fear, the doctor's excited voice rang out. The first baby is coming. Push, Mrs. Lin. Push. Su Qingwan screamed, pushing with every last bit of strength she had left, her hand never leaving mine. A loud, powerful cry filled the delivery room. It's a boy, the doctor announced joyfully, holding up our son. Tears poured down my face as I looked at our tiny son, wrinkled, red, but crying strongly with life. I kissed Su Qingwan's sweaty forehead again and again. He's here, Qingwan. Our son is here. You did it. She was exhausted but smiled weakly through her tears. He sounds so strong, just like his father. Only minutes later, another powerful wave of contractions hit. Push again. The second one is coming. Su Qingwan was trembling from exhaustion. Her voice was hoarse and broken. Hubby. I'm so tired. I don't know if I can. You can do it, my love. Just one more time. I'm right here holding you. We're so close. I love you. Our daughter is almost here. With one final, powerful push and a cry that tore at my heart, our daughter was born. Her cry was a little softer, but just as beautiful and full of life. It's a girl. Both babies are healthy and perfect. Mother is stable. The room erupted in relieved cheers and applause from the entire medical team. I completely broke down. Tears streamed down my face uncontrollably as I looked at our two little miracles, a dragon and phoenix pair, exactly as the system had predicted so long ago. The nurses quickly cleaned them and placed the tiny babies gently on Su Qingwan's chest. She looked at them with pure love and wonder in her eyes, tears flowing freely down her cheeks. They're so beautiful. Our babies. I can't believe they're really here. I leaned down, kissing her sweaty forehead, then each of the twins' tiny heads with infinite tenderness. Qingwan, you did it. You brought them into this world. Thank you. Thank you so much for everything. I love you more than anything. You are the strongest, most amazing woman in the world. She looked up at me, exhausted but glowing with a happiness I had never seen before. Her voice was weak but full of deep emotion. Lin Chen. I was so scared the whole time, but having you beside me made me strong. Thank you for never leaving me. Thank you for spoiling me every single day. Thank you for giving me this family. I love you, and I love our babies so much. We stayed like that for a long, beautiful moment, me holding her hand tightly, her holding our twins against her chest, the five of us finally together as one family. Outside the window, the storm had finally passed. The first rays of sunrise broke through the clouds, painting the sky in soft gold and pink. The system gave its final, warm message. Congratulations, host. You have achieved the ultimate goal, a happy family, peak success, and children of both genders. The Supreme Spoiling Husband System's mission is complete. Transforming into ancestral protective luck. The Lin family will enjoy eternal prosperity, health, and peace for generations. Goodbye, Lin Chen. Live a long, happy life filled with love. I smiled through my tears, whispering softly, "Thank you, for everything." Su Qingwan looked at me curiously, still holding our babies. "Who are you talking to, hubby?" I leaned down and kissed her gently on the lips. "Just thanking fate, for bringing you to me that night." In the quiet hospital room, with our son and daughter sleeping peacefully on her chest, I held my wife close, my heart completely full. From one drunken mistake and a cold, untouchable goddess, we had built a warm, loving, and beautiful family filled with luxury, laughter, endless spoiling, and unconditional love. And I would spend the rest of my life making sure they never lacked anything, especially love.